Hello YouTube, this is the Dentist, and this is definitely not Metro 2033. This is a indie game developed by Wolfire Studios, or just Wolfire Games, or Wolfire something. Probably put a link to their site in the description because they are also currently in the process. Been a long time. Need to get back into the habit. In the process of making a game called Overgrowth, which is like a 3D platforming brawler type jig that I will probably maybe do a video on. Now this was made in 9 days, so forgive them for the rather blended aesthetic, I could say. Either way, it's more of a proof of concept in terms of advanced and pretty fucking complex weapon handling. Now, this is a Colt 1911 A1 45 caliber pistol. It is the only gun in the game. However, it is so heavily animated in that every single aspect of this gun that's flying around in front of me is controlled by you. As in, for example, as you can see, the slide is locked back, the safety is off, and there is most likely a magazine in the hold, handle, grip, whatever. Either way, and in most games you're like, shoot everything, press R, do the reload animation. In this, you have to do the animation yourself. For example, press E to eject magazine. Now there's about 3 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds in that magazine. We then put it into our holster as such, so we can see we have 3 half-full magazines. Now what I'm going to do is press T to release the slide lock. Then holding down T and pressing R pulls the slide back enough to show a round in the chamber. Now you can see there's a tiny bullet there, the bit of gold and copper you can see in the chamber. That means there's a bullet in there. So this gun can shoot. By pressing T, we then throw the slide back forwards. So this can shoot now, but that would be a waste of a bullet. So what we're going to do is we're going to holster the gun by pressing the tilde key, or whatever it is, I don't care, the button by the number 1 and above tab. That puts the gun in our holster. Now what we can do is by using 1, 2, 3 to select one of our magazines, I press 1, and in the top left hand corner we have remaining loose rounds, and pressing Z will allow us to insert bullets into the magazine until it's full. Now we've got a couple spare, so I want to fill up another magazine with the last 2 rounds. Okay. Right, now you can only do that if your weapon is holstered. Now press tilde again. I'm going to keep referring to that until someone corrects me because I can't be asked. Press that key to bring the weapon up again. Then press number 1 to bring up the full magazine that we have. And then press Z to insert. Right. The weapon is now completely capable of being fired. Some more weapon handling. Press V to engage the safety. The weapon is tilted slightly to the side to show the safety is on and the weapon is incapable of being fired. I can click as much as I want, the gun doesn't shoot. Turn safety off, the sights come back up, we can now shoot again. If you hold down F, click, and then release F, I release the hammer without firing the weapon. Of course, this now means the gun cannot be fired. The 1911 A1 is a single action pistol. Pulling the trigger does not pull the hammer back. If the hammer is not pulled back, the weapon will not fire. I can click as many times as I want, the gun is not going to shoot. Press and hold down F to pull the hammer back. Sometimes your weapon will start with the hammer up, and if you charge in guns blazing and expect shit to explode, nothing's going to happen. You must check the weapon before going into combat. Right, now we're going to do some walking around. This game is set in a bizarre dystopian futury skyscraper jobby, and every level is randomly generated. So if I was to spawn again, I might not be here and this might not be in the same place. All the rooms are the same, but they're just in different orders every time you respawn. This game has permadeath. If you die, you start all the way at the beginning again. And I've been quite lucky this time because I've spawned with 3 magazines. You cannot find extra magazines, only loose bullets. So if you're unfortunate enough to spawn with just 1 mag, you have only 8 shots in total before you have to reload the magazine and insert it again. And that means going through the entire animation of ejecting the magazine, holstering the weapon, loading the magazine, inserting magazine, pull the weapon, slide back, check to see if there's a round in the chamber, raise the weapon, fire. You have to go through all of that before you can do anything. Now, there are only 2 enemies in this game. One is a robotic flying drone thing with a taser that has to chase you down and kill you. There are certain weak spots on it, like the fan blades for its rotor, the taser on the front, or the camera that's mounted on the rear of the drone malarkey. Hitting any of those will disable it. Another target is a stationary machine gun emplacement that is robotically controlled. Hitting its motor will disable its ability to turn. Hitting the power connection between the base unit and the gun will cause the gun to completely power down. Hitting the sensor prevents it from being able to lock onto you. Disabling the gun prevents it from firing. Any one of these will render the target practically unable to kill you. However, disabling its motor is probably the worst one to do, because it can still lock onto you and kill you if you walk in front of it. And this game has 1 hit kill. If anything hits you, you die. Right, there's a drone. So if we aim, it's coming at me. Don't know what I hit, but I killed it. Oh, there's another one. Took it down. So we jump over here. Now the aim of the game is to find these these cassettes, like the one over there. So I need to get over there and get that cassette. And there are 11 scattered randomly throughout the world, and they each have a message on them that you play. And essentially, the story behind the game is that something has killed the population of the world with a psychic attack called Mind Kill. And there are certain individuals who are resistant to the Mind Kill, who are known as receivers. And there's a gun turret, so wait for the gun to... Oh! So we aim. Right, I've disabled the motor, which means the gun is still active, but it's now facing in permanently in that direction. Right, I'm going to check how many rounds I have left. I have 1 round in the chamber, 1 round in the magazine. So I have 2 shots left before needing a reload. So what I'm going to do is back into this corner. Right, there's a gun turret there, but I'm out of range. It's not animated, which means it can't lock onto me. So if I stand in this corner, eject my magazine, holster my weapon, I have 4 rounds, so I'm not going to waste trying to refill that magazine up. So I put that into my 4th slot, because the gun is taking up slot 1. Get magazine number 2, completely fill that. Get magazine number 3, fill that to near full. And we're going to take magazine 2 this time and load this in, because I don't want to run around with 2 rounds and find out I need more to kill my target. Oh, okay, you saw that. The gun locked onto me because its sensor is still active. So what we're going to do is walk right up to it. I'm going to kill its sensor. It now cannot lock onto anything. It is now harmless. Anyway, yes, receivers are immune to this signal that was sent out psychically, and instead they were all knocked unconscious and put into this bizarre dream state, which is this skyscraper type job. And they have to listen to 11 of these cassettes to get them out of this dream state and become awakened as such. And it provides an interesting slant on notions of reality and existentialism. Right, that, whilst also having a pretty crazy gun mechanic as well. Right, that drone there, wherever it's gone. Why is that turret not moving? Oh, there we go. Ooh. Ooh. Got it. I know I said that's the worst way to do it, but it's also the easiest. Like that. Oh god. Okay, that gun seems to have broken somewhat. Oh, that's strange. How do I get up? Also, you can sprint, but you have to lower the weapon by pressing Q and tap W. Bit strange, I know. Ooh. Stairs going up. Oh, loose round. Oh wait, no. Did I fire those? Oh, I'm going up completely the wrong place. Ooh, gun turrets. I want to go over here. I want to raise my gun. Ah, that magazine is now empty. So bring up magazine 3. Actually, I want to... Oh, I don't have any spare rounds. Okay, so I'll load that in. Now, those stairs don't go up anymore, so I'm going to have to find an alternate way of getting up to that cassette. Now, there are a few cheats in this game, like, for example, there is a God mode, which prevents you from being able to be killed. There is a slow motion cheat, which allows you to obviously slow the world down, so that you can aim with greater precision. Definitely something in there. Oh, a cassette.
If you are listening to this tape, it means you have survived the mind kill. Previous attempts to listen to this tape would have found it blank, but now it contains immediate instructions of your difficult path forward. This is the time that we have prepared for. Take a moment now to find your firearm. Some of you will be familiar with firearms from our training camp, but more recent receivers will have focused on mind tech in order to survive the mind kill event. In either case, please take a moment to confirm that the firearm you have been issued is in working order and contains one full magazine. You have also been issued one tape deck with headphones and 2 AA batteries. Once you have checked your equipment, leave the safe cell. Keep moving and be careful. The threat will have dreamed kill drones near your location.
Right, that... Each tape is different, yet they're all found in different orders. So, that was not necessarily the first in the order of tapes. They are all random. Now, I turned the game volume, the game music down, because that was actually pretty loud. Oh god. Oh god! Oh god! Run! 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 Oh god, I'm cornered! Oh no! No! Ah! Okay, I'm dead. That was a brief run through of essentially what receiver is. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a really long time. I might make another one of these just to see how far I can get. I actually really like playing this game, as somewhat repetitive as it is. The gun mechanics I find very satisfying, and the person that developed it said that he may consider adding additional firearms besides the 1911 pistol. So maybe other pistols like Glocks, or other firearms like Makarovs, or even submachine guns, or even assault rifles. That would be quite interesting. I'd like to see what he does with it if he decides to carry it on alongside Overgrowth. So yeah, this is Receiver, and I'm going to drop the mag. Whoops. Bye!